It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. And we've now reached critical mass for this very exciting NBA season. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. And one of the guys you're going to see in the paint, the former Trojan Nick Vucevic, he has established himself as an impact player in this league. Kenny, what role do you see him having on a team?
He has been one of my favorite players that has not made the playoffs. His ability to dominate, he has SLN, Ernie. You know what that is? Tell him, Shaq. What's that?
Shoots like me.
Shaq-like numbers.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you said M.
He gets Shaq-like numbers in Orlando, man.
Bad.
This guy's getting it done.
I thought you
one
said
of my
SLM.
Favorite. Oh,
my bad.
I am done with this one.
Ernie, let me give you a little bit of O'Nealology. Anybody's last name who's ever played in the league, name ends with IC, can play, can shoot. Maravich. Stojakovic. Same thing, itch.
It's that sound.
Yes, Maravich.
All right.
Stojakovic. And my favorite, O'Nealovic.
Okay.
You know, these guys have been very offensive his entire career. I like to see him more become more a focal point on offense.
Hey, yeah, I couldn't quite reach it.
That's kind of offensive right there.
He's had that itch.
Okay. Oh, the itch. Yeah, the itch. I get it.
Got it.
Now to Kevin Harlan itch.
Shut up, itch.
Basketball action at the AT&TCenter. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Just a single game here at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Spurs. They have started the season with gusto. 4 consecutive wins, no losses, as they battle here in Game 5 of the regular season.
And you know, for the Spurs, they've stumbled a little bit here at the beginning of the season. A disappointing start for one of the NBA's truly great teams.
Well, you know, we thought they were going to be a great team, but early season results have me wondering what kind of team they're going to be. Great, certainly not in the equation now.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Gordon down low with Vucevic. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier. And it's Ross in at the small forward position.
Well, going into the 2011 draft, the Spurs said it was a tough decision to trade away George Hill in exchange for the pick that became Kawhi Leonard. No remorse on that one now, though. Once again, the Spurs struck gold as Kawhi has developed into a true superstar.
Here's Ross. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Here's Gasol following the score by Aaron Gordon. From deep, Green. Again, the miss by Green.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Payton outside. No good there. And the Spurs going the other way now. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting it.
Now here's Payton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. Picked by Vucevic. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. No good from Payton. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Magic have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Ross dishes to Vucevic. Ross kicks to Payton. Gasol against Vucevic. Parker with the steal. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Payton passes to Vucevic from 10 feet out. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too, so nothing subtle about that one.
Parker kicks to Alden. Down low, here's Green, and that one is good.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Ross. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
One shot, line the lane.
That free throw good from Ross.
Well, you see the template in Orlando. They're drafting for defense, high motor, and athleticism. Aaron Gordon, Elfrid Payton fit that criteria. All elite athletes at the NBA level.
Fournier dishes to Payton. Rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Basket's good.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And with shooting at a premium in the league, you look at Payton, you look at Gordon. None of them known for their shooting strokes coming into the NBA.
Yeah, but you can't teach athleticism. You can teach guys how to shoot better, but you can't teach them how to run and run faster or jump higher. I mean, shooting is something that a lot of players have improved on once they've gotten to the league. We've seen it. We can name a number of different guys that have done that. So I think the Magic put in a lot of trust in their shooting coaches and in the work ethic of their young players. Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
Aldridge with a screen on Payton. And stolen by Payton. To the inside, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
The Spurs have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Leonard's got 9.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here's Gordon. He's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
Boy, I tell you what, on offense, Vucevic is as talented as they come for a big guy. Has the ability to post up as well as shoot from the mid-range area. And that combination makes him a hard cover.
The Magic have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
First free throw is good. And the Spurs organization, really the gold standard in the NBA. Greg, they just keep winning.
You have to be impressed with how they've acquired young star talent to kind of carry on that tradition. Usually when teams have their stars retire, they go through that rebuild phase. The Spurs only revamp and reload.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. So it's San Antonio now. Parker outside. Over in the corner, Gasol. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. His first shot coming late. And it's Orlando with the rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
And this is the first of 2 games between the two, East versus West, so they don't see a whole lot of one another.
Yeah, and Greg, for me, that just raises the intrigue level. Some matchups we don't get to see that often, so I'll be watching this one closely. He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know, you look at Evan Fournier, and he's very crafty. He said his favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and I see some similarities in their games. Both are efficient scorers. They're able to make the 3 and slash and dash inside to finish around the rim.
And Fournier has slasher's mentality, an excellent finisher around the rim.
And, you know, he's got a really soft touch, too, guys, Fournier. I mean, he can hit the floater. What I'd like to see from him are more free throws. Get to the line and maybe even bump up that assist total as well. I think he's got to find multiple ways to punish defenders as he gets into the lane.
San Antonio trailing here. Parker inside, covered by Payton. And that one's good. Leonard.
He's looking pretty confident out there. I mean, 5 of 7 so far from the field. He's feeling it.
Orlando, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Payton kicks to Fournier, tries a 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
And quite honestly, Fournier just has a good basketball IQ, a high basketball IQ. Knowing even before he gets the pass that he's got time and space to shoot.
Now here's Leonard. 17 points for him last game against Washington. Ross passes to Payton. The feed to Vucevic. Pass to Ross. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Magic.
Look, they've been aggressive looking to get inside, but they haven't finished especially well when they get there. I like the attack mentality, but you have got to finish plays.
Magic leading by 3. 5 on the clock. The dish to Vucevic. The Magic need to get a shot off here. They get it back. Ross kicks to Fournier, and the rejection by Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
The Frenchman Fournier, always looking to get the shot up, but really good at drawing fouls.
Evan Fournier at 6'7", great size for the shooting guard position. He can swing to a 3-spot at times, too.
Yeah, I like that versatility. I mean, defensively, he's got quick feet, but he can be overpowered at times. I think he wants to be a better rebounder, so working on that part of his game. So I'd say because of that, he's probably a little more comfortable and effective at the 2-spot right now. Boy, the Magic last season improved by 10 wins. That's nice progress for a young team, and I think they'll continue to make progress, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Yambo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Gordon. Hezonja, he's checked in for Ross. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Now here's Mills. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Ginobili outside. No good from outside. And for the Magic, middle of the pack defensively last season, but you think they'll continue, guys, to make strides?
Oh, I do. I think they've got too much talent not to when you look at the personnel that they have that plays at that end of the floor. And first-year head coach there, Frank Vogel, is a defense-first coach, so that'll bode well for the Magic continuing to grow and potentially, I think, be a top 10 defensive team, maybe even as soon as this season.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Green. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Augustine dishes to Fournier. Feeds to Biombo. Lee with the steal. Scooped up. Green. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Orlando.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Yeah, and early on, doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Yeah, getting to the line and converting, Greg, that's the big thing. It's always good when you can do that because it stabilizes your offense.
And Orlando making a change here. Meeks is checked in. And he makes the first but misses the second.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Magic leading by 4. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Greg Popovich.
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Lee gets the bucket.
Crisp pass into the paint.
And so here's Orlando. Augustine with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And here's Anderson. Takes the 13-footer. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Three-pointer Augustine. Rebound San Antonio. Ginobili the pass to Mills. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Mills has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Outside, Meeks kept alive. Moves back up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
The Magic have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. good from Hazanya.
And the continuity for the Spurs, really, it's pretty amazing. I mean, that trio of Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan, the most successful trio in the history of the NBA.
He hits both from the stripe. And for the Spurs, their star players have all taken less, Greg, in free agency in order to stay in San Antonio.
Yes, earning bigger markets and bigger paychecks. It's a family atmosphere in the Spurs organization. It's rare to see a single player start and finish his career with one team, much less 3 teammates.
Here's Green after the basket by San Antonio. Launches it. Good on the three-point shot. Green's got 6 points.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Lee kicks to Anderson. And another basket for San Antonio.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here is Augustine. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Hazanya. That one misses. And the Spurs going the other way now. Ginobili kicks to Lee. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Now just a 1-point Orlando lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Outside, Meeks. And there's the rebound by Dedmon.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Screen by Lee. And Mills kicks to Lee. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 6 points for him. Now Green. He's got 6. The pass to Augustine. Jumper off the screen. No good on that one.
That's one he knows he should have drained. And Green's defense, very important to this team's success. The way he gets up in the face of whoever he's guarding, it becomes infectious to the rest of his guys.
And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Orlando, Hazanya is out there with Green. Then it's Jody Meeks. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Augustine in at the point guard.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Took him no time at all on that one. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
Here's Ginobili. An 11-point game for him in the win against Washington. Leonard with the bucket.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
The Magic trail by 9. Lasagna, the pass to Green. Pass to Lasagna. Inside. Will it go? Biombo, no luck.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Ginobili attacking, and the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. Ginobili's got 6.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Green dishes to Augustine. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
You got to give high marks for that tough defensive effort. He was right in his jersey there. But that's just a terrific shot to knock it down with that kind of defensive pressure.
Leonard with the screen on Green. Tries it from 19. And it comes off the front of the rim.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Pau Gasol is checked in for Lee. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Kyle Anderson. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. And Aaron Gordon, growing up, he played hockey and football, track and field, just always wanted to be active. He's an athlete.
You know, you hear all kinds of stories, and as a kid, his mother was driving. They were sitting at a busy intersection, and without a word, he hopped out of his seat to run and grab a ball he saw left by the curb. I mean, that reckless go and get it in traffic mentality cuts both ways and certainly serves him well as long as he's on a basketball court and not on a road in traffic somewhere.
Good advice, Clark. He's good on the second. And you look at the identity of this Magic team, they've got a lot of players with high motors and high work ethic.
Yeah, it's about building a culture. I mean, you have to run on 2 tracks when you're building a team that's going to win long term. You've got to build the culture and stockpile talent. I mean, you've got to do both. They want to play unselfishly. They want a physical brand of basketball, defensive-minded in their approach. And they want players with those kind of intangibles. And I think they've got a number of them right now.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be the next all-star big man in San Antonio, but he downplays any notion of him as a successor to Tim Duncan. He said no one is going to fill his shoes. There's no pressure, and I'm not trying to be him. Our games are different. I think a pretty good perspective, Kevin.
All he has to do is be himself, D.A. Thanks. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And Vucevic kicks to Ross. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And last season we had Kobe's retirement, but in the offseason we said goodbye to another legend, the terrific Tim Duncan. You know, Greg, there was talk he might hang it up, and he felt that he didn't have any more in him and called it a career after 19 incredible record-breaking seasons.
Yeah, and Timmy retired in the most Duncan way possible. Just quietly let it happen in the midst of the summer. No farewell tour or any of that. A big hit to the game of basketball to see one of the all-time greats walk away, but arguably one of the best two-way players to have ever played the game.
And both free throws good for Ross. San Antonio leading by 8. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Floats one. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got assist number 5 here tonight. For Orlando, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Picked by Vucevic. Payton passes to Vucevic. Back to Payton. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Payton's got his first points of the night.
Really impressive seeing a guy like Vucevic carve up the defense with his peripheral vision and passing. So good at spotting the open man.
Green, the screen. Aldridge, wide open, he fires. Again, the Spurs, good for 2.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Payton kicks to Fournier from deep. Green with the rebound. And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Just saw it. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Gordon inside.
Hey, listen, Gordon once jumped over a mascot while putting the ball under his legs in a dunk contest. I mean, he's one of the most ridiculous athletes and dunkers we have in the game.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Floats one up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Aldridge has got 6.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Payton left side. Top of the key, Fournier. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 4 assists now tonight.
And hey, Fournier is not just an outside shooter. I mean, he can also get busy near the basket thanks to that quick release. Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Ross dishes to Gordon. Fournier for 3. Rebound by Parker.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first. They got enough room to take that one in rhythm, but he might not have the touch to make it.
And good that time.
Really enjoy seeing Payton concentrate at the level he does. I mean, he's used to getting bodied on some of his shots.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Over to the left wing. The shot from 20 feet away. Aldridge can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 8. Payton kicks to Vucevic. Leonard with the steal. Here's Aldridge. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
You know, it's interesting, the classy LaMarcus Aldridge, first drafted by Chicago, then the rights traded to the Portland Trail Blazers. You know, Greg, he was seen as a complimentary piece initially to their stars, but by the time he left, many wondered also, he's now a superstar, but could he embrace a smaller role, especially a smaller scoring role with the San Antonio Spurs?
And it shows how far he came during his time in Portland. Last season, some of the lowest minutes and points per game of his career, but he was efficient, rebounded and blocked shots at a higher clip, and he wanted a chance to compete at the highest level.
And, you know, the performance of Aaron Gordon in last season's dunk contest cemented his status as a fan favorite. That take-a-chair-in-the-air dunk where he jackknifed over the mascot to dunk it with his left hand, that was one of the all-time great dunks in the history of that competition.
The free throw drops for Gordon. In that 2016 dunk contest, dunk for dunk, arguably the most spectacular competition we've ever seen.
No argument here. Gordon and Levine gave us one for the ages. It might have been fitting to rule it a tie, but Gordon's not complaining. He certainly made a name for himself.
Gordon hits both of them.
Nice numbers from Gordon. He's got 13 points and a steal.
No idea we'd see a performance like this one today.
The only way to describe it in my vocabulary is dominant.
Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Magic trail by 7. Orlando moving the ball around. Ross for 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Green kicks to Parker. Aldridge left side. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Payton drives in to the inside. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Payton. Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight. San Antonio leading by 5. Gasol, a screen on Payton. Parker kicks to Gasol. Great D that time from Vucevic.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss. You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. He dishes it to Aldridge. Goes up to the stripe. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 9th assist in the game now. The Magic trail by 5. Payton outside. Dishes to Gordon. Payton passes to Fournier. Ross trying to break loose. That one drops for him. Fournier's got 11 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
To the inside. Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Spurs lead by 5.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Vucevic dishes to Ross. And the jam by Ross.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Parker kicks to Green. And stolen by Fournier. Here's Payton. Finished off the break. Now just a 1-point Spurs lead.
Hey, when it comes to taking the ball to the basket, Payton is lethal. His speed combined with his length make him incredibly difficult to stop.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Aldridge with a screen on Payton. Here's Parker. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. He feeds it to Gordon. Clock at 6. Ross for 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Leonard. Rebound by the Magic. Gordon's got his 4th rebound in this one. The Magic shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Payton drives in, and it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession. A different look now for San Antonio. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gasol. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Leonard. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Biyombo is checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Gordon. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Payton. Ross with a wide open look. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
A different look now for San Antonio. David Lee's checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Mario Hezonya's checked in for Orlando. Picked by Lee. Mills passes to Lee. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. The Magic trail by 3. Now here is Augustine. Right wing. Here's Azania. No good off the back of the rim. And San Antonio shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Magic shooting it up around 45% from the field in the second quarter. Off the pick. And finished off by Hazonia.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Elbow shot is on the way. That's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Augustine dishes to Green. It could go. No good on that last second attempt there. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Spurs out in front. They're up by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Frank Vogel. Coach, your team is down at the half. What has to change?
Well, it's still early in the game. Okay, we're a little bit out of sync offensively. We just got to get into a rhythm.
Good passes lead to good offense. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's an interesting battle going on tonight. Ernie Johnson here with you folks alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. You are watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. You know, when things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway. We'll see you after the game.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Orlando trailing here. The defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the point. That's the San Antonio foul. In transition, here come the Spurs. Green with the ball. Misses in close.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Elfrid Payton and Aaron Gordon go back. They played together for USA's under-19 squad that won gold in the 2013 World Championships.
And you go back to that team, Payton was a surprise starter after joining as a late addition. So Marcus Smart was another player on that team.
2 shots.
Well, I tell you what, that's a lot of defense and athleticism between those 3.
That one is off.
Elfrid Payton is known primarily for his playmaking ability. The way he moves the ball is exactly what you want from your point guard.
That one drops. He ties it up. And guys, when you look at the Magic, what would be your recipe for them to improve offensively?
Three-pointers and free throws. I mean, threes and frees, I like to say. Last season, man.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. He kicks to Fournier. There's the triple. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Fournier's got 14.
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
Parker against Payton. Parker kicks to Gasol. Passes to Green. Spurs working the ball around now. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
We've seen Aldridge playing a good game here. He's got 10 points and 2 blocks.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. Orlando leading. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. They set the pick. Ross on the wing. Jumper off the screen. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Oh, nice play on D. Got that hand in the face and prevented him there from getting an easy look.
Exactly. Alert and aware. Really reacted quickly to that shot attempt.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know about the championships that the Spurs have won, but it's their culture that is admired around the league. Coach Popovich said, I've been fortunate with the guys I've had come through here. My job is pretty easy when people have that character. You don't have to convince them to get over themselves or to feel responsible to each other. It makes it easier to have a team that enjoys playing together. Evan?
All right, D.A., thanks. Being modest certainly is Coach Pop. He chose the players who fit, certainly. On defense, the Magic. Parker kicks to Leonard. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Ross kicks to Gordon. There's the feed to Vucevic. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Payton. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one on Parker. And for Elfrid Payton, a gifted playmaker, gets to the rim at will. One question mark has been his outside shooting.
Yeah, you know, he's made strides in that area, though, guys. I mean, his shot is not broken. I think it's becoming more consistent with improved mechanics. If he continues along this road, I think he'll be the total package.
And he makes the first.
Well, Payton in this one, he's got 10 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Parker against Payton. Parker passes to Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing. The Magic have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Fournier. Misses off the left iron. San Antonio leading. Parker with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Kicks it to Gasol. No good. Shot missing. The Magic go the other way with it. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip. It's stolen by Green. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Pull-up jumper. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
The free throw drops for Green. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Payton outside. Ross on the wing. From downtown. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Payton.
After struggling in his rookie season, Payton has really developed his outside jump shot.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Pass to Leonard. Here's Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 12 points for Pau Gasol.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Vucevic. Gets the bucket and the foul. They get Pau Gasol.
Man, like the way Vucevic, after contact, continues to work through and concentrate on the bucket. That's a credit to his body control.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Spurs?
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
And Nikola Vucevic averaging a double-double over the last 4 seasons, and yet there are some questions about how those numbers translate in the win-loss column.
Well, you know, he's not especially quick or explosive, and he is big and strong and takes advantage of those attributes. The league seems to be going away from the slower, bigger post-up guys. If you're not a dunker and a shot blocker or a three-point shooter these days, you can get lost in the shuffle a bit, but this guy, Vucevic, brings a lot of good stuff to the table, and I think it's incumbent upon his team to keep him in positions where he can succeed.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
And it's Aldridge on the follow. And the Spurs lead by 4.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Payton outside. Up top, Fournier. Outside, Gordon. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. You see a chart here for the shooting performance so far.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around, as his energy is contagious out there right now.
And the first one at the line is good.
Got to stay active when Gordon's out there. I mean, his ability to make something out of nothing is huge for this team.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for San Antonio. And a change for the Magic. Augustine's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Magic. Jody Meeks comes in for Evan Fournier. San Antonio leading by 3. Outside Leonard. There's the dish to Aldridge. Goes up on the block. The shot misses. Great D that time from Vucevic. For Orlando, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against San Antonio. And the first one drops. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David Lee checked in for Aldridge. Anderson comes in for Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Orlando also making some changes. Biombo comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And it's Hazanya in for Terrence Ross. And both free throws good for Green. Spurs have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Dedmon kicks to Mills, takes a three. They grab their own miss. Anderson up and in on the layup. Anderson's got his third bucket of the night.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And here's Augustine. Here's Hazanya. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Here's the three. Rebounded by the Spurs. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Spurs leading by 3. Now Mills. Picked by Lee. Mills dishes to Ginobili. To the inside. Dedmon's shot is off.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence. Some good play tonight for Green. He has 8 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line. Not just getting there, but converting.
This is his third trip to the free throw line. The free throw drops for Jeff Green. And Jeff Green drops them both. Here's Mills. Feeds to Ginobili. From past the arc. The rebound by Jeff Green.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
And Augustine kicks to Hazanya. Inside. Pick off in midair. Here's Lee. Biyombo with the block. Now here is Augustine. To the paint. It's tipped. Here's Meeks. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Meeks got his first 2 points of the night. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Orlando.
Their defense has been outstanding. Closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
And Augustine kicks to Hazanya. Tries to keep it alive. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. First in free throw percentage, 4th in scoring, and they also show up in the top 5 in assists. They've got scores, and they're a pretty good passing team as well.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
And it's blocked out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. He is fired up, letting everybody know how he feels.
And he's not one to hide it. I mean, when he's feeling it, it comes pouring out of him.
Off the inbound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And here's Mills for three. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He thought he had the clean block there, but the refs saw it differently, and they call the goaltending.
The Magic trail by 4. Green, the screen. And Augustine kicks to Green. Here's Biombo. Lee with the steal. San Antonio shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
That free throw missing.
They've struggled against him in this one. Just no answer for Anderson. He has 8 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
And the second free throw, good.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half, but they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
And there's the pass to Augustine. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second cut. Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. In the third spot, the Spurs.
Well, this is only a trend over a few games out of a very, very long season. But the coach has got to be pleased that his team has been able to score big with some consistency.
They set the screen. Screen by Lee. Ginobili the pass to Lee. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got his 4th assist in this one. The Magic trail by 7. Augustine dishes to Meeks. Pass to Azania. He feeds it to Augustine. Passes it to Azania. To halt the run. Misses in close.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
When you look at Mario Hezonja, 6'8", guys, you see him as more of a small forward or a shooting guard.
Well, I think he's a swing man. You can play him at both positions, undoubtedly. He's got small forward size and the athleticism and scoring ability to play the shooting guard spot. I think it just depends on the matchups and what you're trying to get done in any given game.
And Augustine kicks to Meeks. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Meeks got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
1:43 left in the third. And Mills kicks to Lee. And the jam by David Lee.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Jeff Green drops them both. 1:24 left in the third. And Mills kicks to Anderson. Now here's Mills, guarded by Augustine. Pulls it up. Misses off the right iron. The Magic trail by 6. Meeks with it. Picked up by Ginobili. And Augustine kicks to Green. And it's Green with the jam.
And when Green is feeling it, keep getting him the ball. He can really score from anywhere from the floor.
Spurs passing it around. Here's Lee. No good on that one. Great D that time from Green. Orlando's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Augustine passes to Biyombo. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that could have brought him back in this game. Everything had to start dropping. And boy, have they gotten on a roll.
Here's Dedmon. Lee. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Augustine with it. Over in the corner, Meeks. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Spurs lead by 2. Live from the AT&TCenter in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Everybody got to rotate, rebound. It's pace going back. It's attack, attack, attack. That's all it is.
Greg Popovich distilling it down to one simple concept. Be aggressive.
Hey, guys, he knows this game so well. When they control momentum, the pace, they're much harder to beat.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. San Antonio leading. 4th quarter on the floor for the Magic. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier. Gordon down low with Vucevic. And it's Ross in at the small forward. That one goes in. Gasol's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Spurs.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Back to Fournier. Hits the jump hook.
And when Fournier gets rolling, watch out now. A high percentage shooter. He's very gifted at getting the looks he wants out there.
Payton against Parker. He dishes it to Aldridge. Here's Gasol. Lays it up and banks it in. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
The Magic trail by 4. Payton dishes to Fournier. And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Doesn't go that time. Aldridge with some nice D. Green, the pass to Parker. Here's Gasol. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Now it's a 6-point San Antonio lead. Ross kicks to Gordon. Here's Fournier. Great tee that time from Green. And the call will be against Fournier. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Spurs leading by 6. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Up top, Leonard. He's guarded by Ross. 13 feet away.
You know, the long arms of Vucevic is annoying to shooters, and he's putting his giant frame to good use.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
The Magic trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Fournier kicks to Payton. Dishes it to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Back to Payton. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Aldridge, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Aldridge has got 4 points this quarter.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
For 3, Fournier. And out of bounds, as San Antonio gains possession. Spurs leading by 8. To the inside, Green, and it's good on the assist by Parker.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And after battling a hamstring injury a couple seasons ago, Tony Parker is stepping up his physical maintenance and preparation regimen. More stretching and warming up before games, more recovery work afterwards. He's doing what it takes to stay healthy.
And Greg, talking about Tony Parker, the current deal has him signed through 2018. Once one of the fastest players in the league. Do you think he's lost a step?
He may have, but so much experience and veteran savvy. And he knows how to keep defenders off balance, which is key. I think he's taking a page from Jason Kidd as well, working on his three-pointer to try to age more gracefully on the offensive end.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. He got into him pretty hard. He said, we are being way too soft in there. We need some toughness, and I need some defense. No more easy baskets. Pretty strong words, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Clock at 6. Shoots a 3. Offensive rebound. Gasol dishes to Leonard. Vucevic with the block.
Hey, that expansive reach of Vucevic has really helps him on the defensive end. He uses that length to really bother the confidence of shooters.
Payton outside. Gordon a screen. Payton kicks to Ross. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
So far in the game for Ross, 9 points and 4 assists.
You know what? He's getting to the line. He's passing. He's really just converting in both those areas. He has been money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really old school basketball, and you know how that is. Certain parts of the game never go out of style. They're always relevant, and he's excelled in those areas today.
First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. San Antonio leading by 6. Parker kicks to Green. Spurs working the ball around now. Stolen by Gordon. One-on-one fast break. Here's Payton. Here's Fournier. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Aldridge inside. Defended by Gordon. Aldridge's shot is good.
You gotta love the effort from Parker, constantly helping get his teammates involved.
The Magic trail by 8. Payton outside. He kicks to Ross. Looking for Fournier and gets it there. Payton can't get that one to fall.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And a wide open shot from Green. Off the left rim and out.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
That one goes. Count it. Fournier's got 9 points now in just the second half. Parker passes to Green. Aldridge kicks to Parker. Now the feed to Gasol. San Antonio again missing. The Magic trail by 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And Nikola Vucevic, born to play the game. Both of his parents played professionally. They met in a gym. And his father played in Europe for 24 years, so you can't run away from the DNA.
That free throw good from Gordon. And Vucevic with that basketball upbringing, guys, you see that in his skill level, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can score on the block over either shoulder. He can step out and make the face-up jump shot as well. He's a good passer. Offensively, there's not much he can't do as a big guy.
Gordon hits both of them. And the Spurs with possession. They've led by as many as 11 points. There's Green with the 3. Green missing again.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Payton dishes to Fournier. Gordon a screen, and Vucevic kicks to Payton. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here is Parker. Open shot, Green, bullseye. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Kicks to Fournier. 3-pointer. Rebound San Antonio. Aldridge has got his 7th rebound here tonight. From deep, Green. Rebounded by Vucevic. The Magic trail by 6. To the paint. They get a hand on it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Daniel Green. That'll be a 5-second call. Spurs leading by 6. Now Parker. Aldridge a screen. To the middle, stolen by Gordon. And Fournier kicks to Ross. It's good.
And Fournier can do a little bit of everything out there, including passing the ball.
The Spurs have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. And Parker, here we go. And it goes down 2 points. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Oh, a little touch of class there at the end of the play as he was able to convert on the finger roll.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. Goes up the baseline.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
First one falls for him.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he's got 12 rebounds, and what a tear he's been rejecting shot after shot.
Clark, he has owned the paint.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. Spurs leading by 4. Here's Parker. Outside Gasol. To the paint, Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
Gordon a screen. Payton kicks to Ross. And Ross with the slam.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Boy, nice way to punctuate that possession.
Aldridge kicks to Gasol. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Gordon's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Fournier. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Gasol, a screen on Payton. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Payton rejected by Gasol. And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession. Biyombo is checked in for Vucevic. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Orlando with the ball. A 2-point game. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Here's Payton. Now here's Ross. Outside Gordon. Here's Payton. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so we can have a fresh start for the next one.
On defense, San Antonio. The lead is 2.
Really a fantastic job by Gordon to bury himself down there, giving the defense really no other choice than to foul.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. San Antonio's gone 0 for 3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Got that bucket in no time at all. 11 points for Ginobili.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Leonard against Ross. To the middle. Gasol with the steal. Ginobili outside. Parker outside. From deep. That's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Second chance shot. Count the basket and the foul.
Basket good.
That one on Parker.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
And it's tied up with that one.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
The Spurs shooting fairly well in the 4th, around 48%. Pass to Aldridge. Free throw line jump shot. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Aldridge has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
Not only perfect execution, how about perfect timing, too?
Ginobili with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. Drills the three-pointer. Leonard's got 24.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
It's Fournier on the wing. He's covered by Ginobili. Payton passes to Biyombo. The turnaround. Shot clock at 5. Ross, that's good.
Yeah, great execution there. The turnaround, such a difficult shot to defend.
And stolen by Fournier. Payton dishes to Biyombo. Gordon with no one around. Good! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. There's 48 seconds left in the game.
And you can see it in his eyes right now. Parker is going for the jugular.
Fournier with the ball. Gordon a screen. And Fournier kicks to Gordon.
Good to see Gordon coming through with a big basket. I mean, he's no stranger to these high-intensity moments.
San Antonio calls timeout. The score knotted at 119. There's 37 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Aldridge. That shot missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Payton against Parker. Got a piece of it. Now the dish to Gordon. Dives for it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Huge turnover at really the worst possible time. You have to value every possession, especially at this stage of the game.
San Antonio calls timeout. Here's Green. 15 seconds left in the game.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Stolen by Aldridge. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instinct trade to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the strike, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're trailing by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, pure desperation right now, Clark. You think there's enough time?
I doubt it. I mean, it's clear what they've got to do. Quick shot, foul, and they need some cooperation with some missed free throws from the opponent.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backcourt.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Where do you think your team is right now at this point in the season?
Well, we've done a lot better. We've done a lot better recently, and we want to continue. We don't want to get complacent. I think we still got ways to go and things to improve. But we're definitely doing a lot better than we were.
Great performance tonight, pal. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And this broadcast has not ended just yet, as we've got the award-winning Ernie Johnson standing by here for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Pau Gasol.
You know what? Usually he takes crazy shot, but his shot selection was outstanding tonight. That's the main thing. He didn't force anything. See, if the shot wasn't there for him, he kept the ball moving. That's how you get your shooting percentage up in the high 50s. Excellent.
Well, when Pau Gasol decides to take the game over like he did tonight, he owns the low post. Because two things have to happen. If you play him single coverage, he scores on you in the low post. If you double team him, he's a great passer, a complete ownership of the paint.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everyone.